Chanoch, chapter 16. And as to the death of the Nephilim, wheresoever their ruachoth depart from their bodies, let their flesh, that which is perishable, be destroyed before the judgment. Thus shall they perish until the day of the great consummation of the great world. A destruction shall take place of the watchers and the impious. And now to the watchers who have sent you to pray for them, who in the beginning were in heaven, say, in heaven have you been. Secret things, however, have not been manifested to you, yet have you known a reprobated mystery. And this you have related to women in the hardness of your heart, and by that mystery have women and mankind multiplied evils upon the earth. Say to them, never therefore shall you obtain peace. Chapter 17. They raised me up into a certain place where they, the angels, were like the appearance of burning fire, and when they pleased they assumed the likeness of men. They carried me to a lofty spot, to a mountain, the top of which reaches to heaven, and I beheld the receptacles of light and thunder at the extremities of the place, where it was deepest. There was a bow of fire, and arrows in their quiver, a sword of fire, and every species of lightning. Then they elevated me to a babbling stream, and to a fire in the west, which received all the setting of the sun. I came to a river of fire which flowed like water, and emptied itself into the great sea westwards. I saw every large river until I arrived at the great darkness. I went to where all of flesh migrate, and I beheld the mountains of the gloom which constitutes winter, and the place from which issues the water of every abyss. I saw also the mouths of all the rivers in the world, and the mouths of the deep. I then surveyed the receptacles of all the winds, perceiving that they contributed to adorn the whole creation, and to guard the fountains of the earth. I surveyed the stone which supports the corners of the earth. I also beheld the four winds which bear up the earth, and the expanse of heaven, and I beheld the winds occupying the exalted sky, arising in the midst of heaven and of earth, and constituting the pillars of heaven. I saw the winds which turn the sky, which cause the orb of the sun and all the stars to set, and over the earth I saw the winds which support the clouds. I saw the path of the angels. I perceived at the extremity of the earth the expanse of heaven above it. Then I passed on towards the south, where burnt both day and night 6 mountains formed of glorious stones, 3 towards the east, and 3 toward the south. Those which were towards the east were of variegated stone, one of which was margarite, and another of antimony. Those towards the south were of a red stone. The middle one reached to heaven like the throne of Elohim, a throne compassed of alabaster, the top of which was sapphire. I saw too a blazing fire hanging over all the mountains. And there I saw a place on the other side of an extended territory where waters were collected. I likewise beheld terrestrial foundations deep in the fiery columns of heaven, and in the columns of heaven I beheld fires, which descended without number, but neither on high nor into the deep. Over these fountains also I perceived a place which had neither the expanse of heaven above it, nor the solid ground underneath it. Neither was there water above it, nor anything on wing, but the spot was desolate. And there I beheld 7 stars like great blazing mountains, and like ruachoth, entreating me. Then the angel said, this place, until the consummation of heaven and earth, will be the prison of the stars, and the host of heaven. The stars which roll over fire are those which transgressed the commandment of Elohim before their time arrived. For they came not in their proper season. Therefore was he offended with them, and bound them, until the period of the consummation of their crimes in the secret year. Then Uriel said, here the angels who cohabited with women appointed their leaders, and assuming many forms, made men profane, and caused them to err, so that they sacrificed to devils as to Elohim. For in the great day of judgment, with which they shall be judged, until they are consumed, and their women also shall be judged, who led astray the angels of heaven, that they might salute them. And I, Chanoch, I alone saw the likeness of the end of all things, nor did any man see it as I saw it. Chapter 20. These are the names of the angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over clamor and terror. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the ruachoth of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels, who inflicts punishment on the world and luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, who is over mankind, virtue, and commands the nations. Sarachael, one of the holy angels, who is over the ruachoth of the children of men that transgress. Gavriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the serpents, over paradise, and over the cherubium. Which is... doesn't say.